Crocker. I'm an independent researcher of pre-modern Japanese martial arts. I've just had a passion for martial arts for just over 20 years now, both practicing, reading into, watching others perform these various types of activities. And so I've been recently putting a lot of my own efforts online for free, made available publicly. And the primary reason for that is because I find it's just so hard to find this type of stuff normally. And on top of that, you can never trust the translators. So I am an amateur translator of the various documents regarding Japanese martial arts. By no means am I professional regarding this. I do it for fun, and I do it for my own interest, and I do it for the people that train with me. So that'll be anything from I'll have people send me emails of various documents, and they'll ask me to translate it, and I'll do my best. By no means is it something I would consider charging for, because it's not of that quality. So some of the things I've done is I've done small elements of the ninja document, the Bansen Shukai, a little bit of the Shonin Ki. I haven't actually touched the Shinobi Hiden yet. That's mostly because I haven't got a Japanese version of that yet. What I also do, usually for my own notes, although in some cases I've made it available to the public, is I'll find other people's translations that interest or impress me, and I'll compile it into a nice PDF, have it very nicely formatted. If there's pictures, I'll do my best to add the pictures, and I'll make that available to the public, of course linking to the original author. If ever I do this to one of your documents, by all means, if you don't want it up on my Facebook page or anything, you don't want me talking about it, anything like that, send me a message on Facebook, Google+, YouTube, any of these things. Preferably with some proof that it's your document. I always cite and link to where I got these documents from. I'm by no means trying to claim some kind of ownership of them. I'm not going to take other people's translations and say it's my own. The people that have seen my translations know my style. It's very literal, essentially like a reference piece as opposed to something that you'd publish. So it's like some of the documents I've done recently. Let's see. The list I have right now is just stuff that I've compiled, like I mentioned. So there's I've got some Chinese sources of the Chinese 6 teachings, the 3 strategies. I'm working on the 7 Chinese classics of warfare, just compiling them, making them available to people. And I've also, similar ones I've done from, what's the site called? I forget the name. I believe it's like Kenshi 24/7. One of my favorite blogs. The articles on there are just wonderful. So I've nabbed 2 of their translation projects on there. That was the Geiken Naniwa no Ume and the Itoryu Kikigaki. Both of these are really cool. The Geiken Naniwa no Ume was like a text on early kendo, and that was very interesting. The Itoryu Kikigaki was a compilation of oral teachings from one of the old masters. I myself am actually working on a translation right now of the Gorensho, Miyamoto Musashi's text, the Book of 5 Rings. Because I'm really excited that I recently got a Japanese copy of that. So I get to see the terminology used before people convert it to English, so that's really interesting to me. Because then you can start cross-referencing traditions. You can start seeing how the lineages start to link together through the linguistics and the characters chosen to use, the descriptions of the techniques, the similarities between them. Whereas, let's say, if I'm going off of Thomas Cleary's translations of things, he doesn't add the kanji in there. So, in going through the Japanese document, I'm starting to see words that I know from other documents, and I find that really interesting. What else do we have here? Yeah, that's just a folder of articles I've linked to my Facebook page. Yeah, so that's the type of stuff I do for now. This is something I do on the side. I spend my free time doing this. I don't charge for it. I'm considering making some like Udemy online courses on various subjects. Lately I've been doing research into Japanese rope resting techniques, Hojojutsu or Tori Nawajutsu. And I'm also investigating very slowly and in a very wild goose chase like manner the term Shinmyoken, which has been very fascinating and at the same time just has you running around in circles if you're not dealing with primary sources. Everyone's got their own interpretation of that. What else is there? I often like to share pictures and various documents on pre-modern Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, preferably primary sources, and unless it's my own collection, it's only from works that are already public. So you're not going to find stuff that you can't find elsewhere on my page. It's just nicely compiled and put in one place. What else is there? I also do teach what I research and study. So various forms of Japanese martial arts, entirely of the Koryu nature. I don't personally practice anymore. I started off with karate, judo, aikido, these things, kendo, and it doesn't particularly appeal to me anymore. I like seeing where they came from, but I don't practice them per se. So you're not gonna find me practicing karate or teaching karate. You're gonna find me practicing or teaching traditions related to karate if I find them either interesting or old enough. The same thing applies to things like kendo, iaido, batodo, jodo. These types of things I'm going to be looking at their older equivalents, the stuff that became them. Because simply put, that's what interests me. This is my hobby and this is my obsession. And that's it. I don't think there's anything else I can really say about this introduction video. If anyone ever has any questions, concerns, comments, so on and so forth, don't hesitate to leave a message on my Facebook page, my Google Plus page. I have a LinkedIn page. What else is there? YouTube, of course, where this video will be linked, obviously. And my email, which I will put in the description as it's liable to change. Alright, so that's about it. By all means, I love discussion in this stuff. Don't leave me hanging. You know, comment, like, subscribe, so on and so forth. See if we can have some interesting discussions going on, eh? Cheers.